Hey, this is Ace Guillen, and you're watching Cover Stories. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share the shit out of it. Our first guest tonight is Tobe Hixx, the funny comedian. Put your hands together. We also got his partner in crime, Jamal Doman. He's the new kid in town. Put your hands for John Saponaro. And I'm only going to roast her tonight. That's right. She once dropped a handkerchief to get the attention of a very handsome man. He got her, or she got his attention, all right, because he wrote her up for littering. She's my co-host, Melissa Greenberg. After the first stall was too cold and the second one was too smelly, the third one was just bite. That's right, a woman in Alaska was out snowmobile riding with her brother when they pulled over to use an outhouse. As she was sitting on the toilet, she immediately jumped up in pain, only to find a bear looking up at her. That's when she realized she had just been bitten on her bottom. I believe we have a clip of this bear running amok. Let's take a look.
That's funny.
Oh man.
I love the little like weird hop around that he does at the end. He's just all like plop plop plop. Okay, so yeah, Melissa, I'm gonna go to you first on this one. They were talking to one of the park rangers, I guess, and it turned out that they're thinking that she may have been scratched, that it wasn't a bite, that he just reached up and swatted her. Did you read that part?
Well, I didn't see that part. The whole time I'm just sitting there going, Jews don't do this. Jews don't do camping. There's no camping. What is this? This is camping. This, if you weren't camping, this shit wouldn't happen. And before you say, oh, there's Jewish summer camps, yeah, but they have like toilets in a place, like, you know, or we go glamping, you know, some kind of, this is like that stuff with a tent and find a campground somewhere and you wipe your butt with leaves. And this is what happens to you. Right. And it's my worst nightmare, you know, go to the bathroom, sitting down and something touching you. Yeah. I mean, that it's a bear is bad, but anything really, scratch, bite, whatever. Oh, ah. No. Please don't do this.
That's actually John. Let me go to you on this one. She just described something that scares me too, because yeah, you do get that fear, especially when you're using like an outhouse type of like a rest stop type of toilet. You're just like, dude, I don't want to end up with something slithering up, which, you know, that's actually happened to me, where you look down and you're like, oh, a snake, and then you realize that your diet has got a lot of fiber. So yeah.
Listen, I cannot even imagine, like, is there a more vulnerable position to be in than, you know, just with your pants around your ankles out in the woods? It's like, and I don't know if you guys have ever been, I've been to Alaska. There is wildlife everywhere. Like, you wake up in the morning, there's a moose in your front yard. I saw like 5-6 grizzly bears in the time that I was in Alaska. Like, they're everywhere. It is unavoidable. So I would not be, I mean, I went camping. I did the whole thing. And at the end, the guy was like, oh yeah, I guess I'll just take bear spray with me next time. You should always have bear spray. What's wrong with you? If you're going to do it, it's like literally the, no pun intended, the bare minimum you need to have with you.
Right.
It's ridiculous, man.
That's funny. Jamal, let's be honest, man. This chick sat down and the bear looked up and possibly swatted at her. Is it possible she just had a hairy ass and it thought it was another bear, so it took us?
that might be the case. John hit it on the point. Hit right on the point. You're in Alaska. Bears are. Come on, why are you surprised that a bear showed up in Alaska? You know, in the wilderness, and that's where they live at. That's like you walking down West Hollywood and you surprised that you see a gay guy walking across the street with skinny shorts on. It's West Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. This almost Ace. This happened to me, you know. Similar. I had something similar happen to me, man. I used a public toilet in LA and a homeless guy bit me on my ass. So it's similar. Something similar happened to me, man.
I hate when that happens.
It's worse.
Listen, she got off lucky though. If you really think about it, she got off lucky. You know, bears are attracted to food. So I'm thinking maybe. I know it's kind of nasty. Maybe, you know, when she sat down, opened them legs, he smelled some tuna. So I don't know. I don't know.
They do like salmon.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go with a slightly more innocent one and say maybe it just looked like a peach bottoms. Yeah. So
like she didn't even like, you know, like they're like, well, maybe she was just scratched. Like,
right.
What if I don't care if he's just blowing on it, you know? I don't want anybody in there.
That's
funny.
Have you seen The Revenant? A bear scratch goes a long way, okay?
Yes.
I don't want to get scratched by a bear. No love tap, no patted on. You don't want to be anywhere near the business end of that shit.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time, The Revenant.
I swear. Okay, so Toby, I'm going to get to you in a second, but I have to touch base on The Revenant for a second. So what's his name? Tom Hardy, dude. Tom Hardy is so fucking good in that movie. I think this is my theory. I think he didn't even know he was in a movie. I think he was just on a fucking hiking with what's his name? Fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. I think he just thought he was like, where's my pelts, dude? Fucking.
Hey, just a quick. I know we off topic with The Revenant. I love movies, so when The Revenant was coming out, I was so excited. I took this girl I was dating at the time. We went to go see the movie. She fell asleep in the movie. It was the worst. The Revenant is like an artsy movie. Yeah, you have to really be into movies.
Yeah.
And it was just so painful. I feel so bad, but I enjoyed it.
Dude,
I feel so bad for her wife because she didn't get it. She didn't get it at all.
Did you wake her up?
I didn't wake her up. No, I let her go to sleep.
You gotta just enjoy that movie for yourself.
Yeah.
I had a girl right before I moved here. I had a girl leave me at Jojo Rabbit. I was like, how do you leave during this movie? Maybe that's more on me, but still, it's a great movie.
Did the girl happen to say something like, "This is not how my uncle used to act," and then she just stormed off, just goose stepping?
I should have known when she showed up. I should have known when she showed up in those knee-high patent leather boots that something was wrong.
That's funny.
Toby, so Jamal said something that actually I didn't even think about. He actually made the comparison of bears and homeless people. And I was going to say that's actually kind of a funny comparison because they have the same rules. Like, don't feed them because they never leave. So
True.
What's your spin on this?
I mean, this is one where soon as I seen bear, bite, scratch, no matter whatever went down, I knew it was some white folks. So I was like, here we go, another one of these motherfuckers. What the hell didn't happen now? I mean, and then they just be out there chilling. Yeah, in Alaska, I've been to Alaska too. I mean, yeah, that's the place for it. How could you be shocked and then it's like, I would have just left. They was like, well, you know, next time we'll bring bear spray. It wouldn't be no next time for black people. That would be it. I don't give a fuck if I was in the military. I would have got out the military. If they had me stationed in Alaska and a bear scratched me on my butt. I mean, first of all, I'm not even going to be out so far that I got to use an outhouse.
Thank you.
I mean, black people, we don't go that far out.
Yeah,
we know the Klan and everything be out there like that. Yeah. We're not fucking with that anyway. But I just knew it was some white folk shit that was just ridiculous. That was honestly, I just knew.
You know how white people be camping.
No.
Yeah. And it's cold as hell too.
Yeah, you don't go outside pooping. This would be like a good Like that would be the time to crap in your purse. Like,
Well,
how do we know that the bear
I don't know.
wasn't just trying to wipe her ass? The bear might have just been trying to give her a wet wipe. How we know the bear wasn't trying to clean
It was
her
a
ass
Charmin
for
bear. Yeah, you're right. It was a Charmin bear.
you probably have to put that bear down now. He's probably got the Rona.
Can we talk for a second about the well-being of the bear, by the way?
Right?
Because like
Right.
who like the bear was in the shitter, like in it, like, and this is not like a snake coming up through a toilet. This is a bear like in amongst an outhouse in the middle of Alaska. You know that outhouse is not cleaned. That bear is just living in shit. Can somebody track that bear down and like hose it off? Like, where's PETA in all of this shit?
Well, I mean, is it that many people shitting out there like that?
Yes, I think
I
so.
just gotta imagine they're not cleaning it.
No, one of the other things too, they said that the bear, the brothers said that they tried to scare the bear off, but the bear didn't give a shit. Like it was just careless. It wasn't afraid of humans. It was.
Why wasn't they scared the fuck off? Why didn't they leave?
Right?
Right?
Yeah, I'd be gone. I wouldn't even be in the woods, but I'd be gone. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of being scared, I know that the video that you showed at the beginning had nothing to actually do with this of the person in the bear costume. Can we talk about like the fight versus flight response? Like that prank is all fun and games until the guy in the bear costume gets his fucking head blown off, right? Like, how do you know that one of those people just like in the truck isn't going to grab like a 45 and just shoot 3 times? Yeah. I don't have a gun, but if I was working construction in a place where a bear could just turn the corner, I would be strapped and my first instinct would be to shoot. So maybe don't put on.
You would also have bear spray. Hello.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, you know what?
They have those. They have those porta potties.
Yeah, they had the bears. I mean, I know. Yeah, you have bear spray. Shit, they had it at the Capitol.
Hey, you know what though?
And there wasn't no bears there.
You know what though?
There were some grizzlies there.
John, you bring up that. Have you ever worked construction? Have you?
I have not. No.
Okay, I did that for a little while. I'll tell you right now, the sense of humor on a site like that. If you get shot, that's just part of the day. Like you, like that's how people fuck around on a work site. Like you gotta have a pair of balls like nobody's business, and that's why I couldn't hang with a lot of those dudes, man. So,
hello, OSHA.
I feel like that would be the thing too. Like, you know, the guy would come out in the bear suit, you'd shoot him, and then like after you found out it was your friend, the first thing you do would be like, "Oh, why'd you make me do that? Like, what's wrong with you? you know I'm quick. You know I'm quick to draw. Like, what the? Why would you do that?"
No, the best part is the next time when it's a real bear and they go, "Quit fucking around, Steve," and they just like punch the bear, and that
Can you imagine the safety guy that has to write up the work?
That was the safety guy.
Hey, since this is cover stories, what if she's lying to cover up some? What if she was having passionate sex and got everything all bloodied up and had a boyfriend she had to go home to, and she had these scratches on her butt from having passionate sex?
That's
anybody ever thought of that?
She's doing it wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he could have been behind her and he could have been scratching her as he was going. And then she had to tell her boyfriend, you know,
Tobe been watching a lot of Lifetime movies.
Right.
A bear scratched me on my ass.
That's a whole new porn. It's a new Pornhub category.
That's funny.
Camping.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if that's already a Pornhub category.
I wouldn't know. No.
I don't know. I watch Hamster, so I'm rarely on Pornhub, so I don't know the in and outs of Pornhub.
Don't look this up at work.
Yeah, look it up.
Right.
It's fun. It's safe for work. Yeah, it's actually X Hamster, but yeah. I've known people on there, so that's why I started checking that out. Okay. Yeah. Got a lot of friends. All right, so now we're going to move on to another segment. It's going to be Express News from around the globe. Espresso News with Melissa Greenberg. What you got for us?
Okay. This story comes from England. Worst dad ever runs off with girlfriend's mom day after birth of his son. So, I don't know if you caught this because this was everywhere. But grandma ran. Yeah, this
Crazy.
24-year-old woman was shocked to find out that her boyfriend and the baby daddy was having an affair with her own mother. The mother is the boyfriend's 29, the mother's 44, and like he broke up with her via text. Like she had the baby, and then like the next day he broke up with her via text because he was getting sick of her accusing him of having an affair.
How dare you?
Yeah. And come to find out he cheated on her 3 times, but like her mother is married like to her dad, so the dad didn't know. They just packed up and moved out like the day after she gave birth, and the mom was like waiting for the guy in the car, and they moved out. And the mom's like, I can't help who I fall in love with.
So the baby's stepmom is
the
also
baby's
her
grandmother.
Grandma.
Baby's grandma. Her mother ran off with her boyfriend.
And left her father too.
Yeah, left her. She left her husband, the girl's father.
They might have been black. See, the bear story was white people. This might be some black folks right here.
No,
with this one. This is some shit we'd do.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that this is British people, because this is some America shit.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. So this is
I look
the
at
guy.
it as being better than us. I look to England as being like everything
24.
we've done, they did it first, and they should know better than we do.
This is the guy that like I guess just keeps getting it, and this is the girl. This is off their Facebook page or whatever, and the mom, and it's serious because like the mom and this boyfriend have confirmed their relationship on Facebook. So that's how it's like.
Yeah, that's how it's real.
It's serious,
What did the father say? Any reports on how he's handling this?
There was no quote, but he
ran off with the daughter.
Gross. No, he was devastated. Yeah, the girl's upset, but I was with her 100% until she said he cheated on her 3 times before, and I was like,
but even the before cheating, no, I mean,
it still wasn't her mother.
Yeah, she shouldn't have put up with that, but she wasn't expecting her mother.
No. Although in the article it does say something about how my mom was always wearing short skirts, or they would cuddle while watching TV, or like, and I confronted them about it, and they denied it, and so he was upset.
This was all on Pornhub. We saw this. Like we saw.
And
this is definitely a Pornhub category. I don't understand.
No, and
with their girlfriend's mother.
Yeah.
Right.
Now
and it was
that I think about it, I've had friends of mine that told me that their girlfriend's mom made passes at him and shit. I've heard shit like this before. Now that I think about it, like that part, but I never heard anybody going all the way and leaving the day after they had a baby born.
And he broke up with her via text because she was accusing him of having an affair all the time. Because he was. And you saw his picture, right? Like, I don't understand.
Well, he had to break up with it through text. You can't tell a girl right in front of her face.
No, full of progesterone
me and your mom,
and everything.
Me and your mom is together now.
She still had all those pregnancy hormones. She'd have put his head through a wall. Trust me.
Exactly.
He should have sat the whole family down and did it in person.
You know what though?
I couldn't imagine my son running off with my wife. My son run off with my wife. That'd be crazy.
You know what though? That girl's mom was way hotter than her though.
They both have the same little snaggles.
Yeah. Mom's it. Mom.
They are British after all.
Mom's was hot. I gotta give her that though. But that's some sick shit though.
I followed this story a little bit down a rabbit hole, and like they hooked up, they shacked up in some relative's house, and the mom had said something like, you should be happy. Like he was trying for 3 years and I didn't let him. It's like, that's not making it better.
It's Love and Hip Hop England version.
Yeah. So damn, he really pursued her, and she said for 3 years.
She said this, for 3 years he was trying, and I'm thinking but they were all quarantined together. I'm like,
your mom's a real fit bud. Yeah, baby.
That mean he was hitting them both at the same time.
100%.
What type of mama is that?
He was like leaving one room and going into the other room like minutes later.
Like, we're off to do a bit of laundry.
Yeah, that's
Don't come in. You know, it's just,
how's your cup of tea, Mama? Yeah. So
boy, that English accent is amazing.
Hey, don't forget that's what happened in Austin Powers. He was hitting the mom before he started hitting the daughter.
Again, one at a time, and not a day after she had a baby.
Yeah. What, 30 years
he was frozen for 60 years or whatever.
Yeah,
so what did she say at the end? Like, I mean, obviously she
Thanks,
was devastated,
Mom.
but
No, like there's no like, it just, the article just goes on how she's devastated. She's lost her mother and the grandmother to the, to her kids. Her father is upset. Like, nobody saw it coming.
Let me explain something to you about this entire story.
Oh, you know how this works.
Yeah, the dad is the only victim in this story. The only victim. And you know how I know?
Because he was the only one not getting laid?
Only, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It was that, and he's the only one that didn't know about these shenanigans. Because when you look at the fact that this dude's been cheating on the girl for God knows how long, and for
3
years
times.
has been hitting on the mom. No, for I don't know how long, but how long has the cheating been going on? See, guys are weird. Like if you cheat with one girl,
Oh, they had 2 other kids.
Oh no, they had 2 other kids. You didn't mention that part. Oh, that's even worse.
So now it's a problem?
No, it's just getting
that's even
sadder and
worse.
sadder every time.
man,
Well,
I
guess that's why
he's really
she would have stayed with him.
He's really adding punches to that stamp card.
She's 24 years old with 3 kids by this guy who done left with her mom.
Uh-huh.
Oh, her life is fucked up.
Are we totally sure that this is not an episode of Black Mirror?
Yeah, this is
No.
I didn't. Oh man,
No, there was a follow-up. Like they were at somebody spotted them outside like a sister's house or their lurid love nest is what they call it.
Mother knows best.
And then what members of the family would be part of that shit? There's no motherfucking way I'm gonna let one of my family members who done some shit like that to
come
my
live here.
niece. Yeah, like just come on over here, bring that motherfucking shit over here. Hell no.
Right? Because when they throw a rock through the window, or the
I would be scared that all the karma they gonna get is gonna come into my house. Ain't no damn way.
Yeah.
Is your home protected by karma insurance?
Yeah, shit. You don't bring that shit over by me.
Look at this guy. Like, I don't get it. I mean, he's a nice looking guy.
I get it.
But
I get the whole thing. I'm telling you. This chick, okay, for starters, that chick is about as sharp as a cotton ball. Her boyfriend cheats on her nonstop, flirts with her mom right in front of her. She knows about this crap. The mom knows about all this that's going on. The boyfriend doesn't give a shit. He knows that he can keep fucking other girls. There's no fucking sympathy for anybody except for dad. Dear old dad is the only poor guy who's sobbing over his fucking tea and crumpets over in the corner because his wife's a fucking bitch, his daughter's an idiot, and his son-in-law's a prick. Like, that's the whole story in a nutshell. Like, the only victim is that poor guy. I just want to see him.
I might have to put hands on him for that one.
I want to just see him beat the shit out of the dude, the kid, and then just call it a day. That's it.
Wow.
You've done this before, haven't you?
I can't even think how. I mean, all bullshit aside. Like, I've done some things in my life I ain't proud of, but I can't even imagine doing some shit like that. Like, I don't even think I could get sexually aroused. Like, that's like, how can my thing be standing at attention when I'm in the room with moms when I know my baby mama, which is her daughter, is in the other room? Like,
that's because he doesn't care.
Like, I never understood that dangerous type shit, like that dangerous sex or whatever, when like where people put themselves in positions to where, or the type of guy that would go to a married woman's house or some shit like that, or vice versa. I never understood that type of shit.
That's because that dude didn't give a shit. He doesn't care. That dude has no.
Yeah, he's a foul individual.
Yeah, no,
mom ain't shit.
I've known people like that.
I would say, where was the father at doing all this going on? Like,
probably at work.
No, they're quarantined. So, like, I don't know. Maybe it's a really big house.
Well, if he was home and he missed that, then he's not a victim either. He's a fucking idiot.
No, somebody probably went to work. They didn't say.
Do they live in like a manor? Is there like a Was there like a wing to the house?
I mean,
like a
and who knows where they?
Sorry,
Who knows where they was doing it at? Maybe they didn't always do it at the house. Maybe this shit started. Maybe they went in the car and
we're going to the grocery store. We'll be right back. Yeah.
Yeah, Tesco or something. Aldi's.
But
Aldi's, yeah. I'm going to Aldi's.
I mean, that's some shit though. That's some shit like, you know, if dad got mad and killed the guy, like, you know, he shouldn't do a day in jail for that dude doing that type of shit.
Right. So they just
if that ain't a crime of passion, there is not one.
He stole his wife and cheated on his daughter. That guy should be able to do whatever he wants to that kid without punishment.
Whip his ass.
Yep.
Right.
And ran off on his grandkids. On top of
it. He did all three in one sitting. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta admit though, I'm glad they weren't black, boy. Yeah, because that'd have set us back another 10 years.
Okay, so
you know what? I get that. Like,
there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more to that story. Immediately after that girl and her brother were snowmobile riding in Alaska, and and pulled over to use an outhouse.
That was down. That's
How dare you?
Almost got bit him in the ass.
But I feel that. I feel that. We like when Anthony Weiner got caught, you know, texting young girls, or like whenever a Jewish person does something that like the whole community just goes, "Oh God, why did it happen?"
Oh yeah. That's black people. We've been like that for ever since there has been news. We be like, soon as you see some shit on TV, you just, I hope it wasn't a brother doing that dumbass shit right there.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Shit like bear attacks and all that shit. I know that ain't got nothing to do with us, but that shit's embarrassing.
Like what I mean, though, with Anthony Weiner, though, with a name like Weiner, did you really expect there to not be some kind of weird?
And his wife was hot. He had a hot wife.
You know what? She wasn't bad. I'm not into skinny girls, but yeah, I agree. She wasn't a bad looking chick. Yeah.
More so than Anthony Weiner's name. Has anybody ever acknowledged the fact that that guy looks like a live action version of Quagmire from Family Guy?
Oh, dude, he looks like. Did you ever play
that character?
Did you ever play Leisure Suit Larry? It was an old PC game. It was a game. Yeah, it was about a pervert that just goes around like peeping at Tom and shit. That's
super
what it
weird.
looked like, dude. Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. I'm sorry, Melissa. We're just
no. There's something wrong with both of you, and I'm amazed that you're bonding over this.
Yeah, yeah. He's a pervert, huh? Yeah, let's talk.
Tobe and Jamal are like,
yeah. Wow, it's crazy.
Wow, who knew? Okay, I have another story. It's it's. I should have done the second one, like the first one second, but okay. A Scottish woman finds 21-year-old message in a bottle from Faroe Islands, and yeah, she's this is off the shore of the UK where she found it, and it's written in a North Germanic language, these Faroe Islands, and I'm a jerk because I'm busy looking up where all of this is, and I didn't look up where the Faroe Islands were. Faroe, if anybody wants to do the work on that one, but
it looks like someone needs a ride home. Yeah,
like that. Well, it turns out that like she went to Facebook to like say, can anybody translate this? And it turns out it was a message from some scouts, like Boy Scouts, the equivalent of the Boy Scouts.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and they're like, we're the young scouts in Klaksvik, and it's translated into English, which is always hilarious. But basically, they're doing something called a posta running, which is like a game, which each post has a different action. So I guess they had to do a bunch of different stuff. But they wanted someone to find the bottle, and they did. And you're holding it right now because we threw it in the ocean. Okay. Wish you best of luck and hope you contact us. And I guess it was they're from Denmark.
Yeah.
So
Faroe Islands is part of the Kingdom of Denmark. Yeah.
So you did? You looked that up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Okay. So she found it 21 years later, and she contacted, like she managed to get a hold of the people. And because
are you guys the lads that left the message in the bottle for me? And they're like, lady, that was like 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
Have you ever found one or sent one? Like, that's kind of a fun thing to do.
I found a wallet. That's almost the same
In the
thing.
ocean?
I was at a park, I think. Is it?
Yeah.
Did you return it? Say yes.
It was empty. I put it in a mailbox.
I
Is
never
that what
found
you're supposed
shit.
to do?
I
only
actually
found
found a
coins.
check. I found somebody like dropped a check somewhere, but it's a good thing they had the address on it. And I went over to they wasn't home, so I just like left it under the door, like slid it under the door. So
That's
Oh
nice.
yeah, you just
That is really nice.
that's cool, man. You
I gotta
always
be
will.
honest. If I
I
found
see
a
you
message in
doing
a
shit like
bottle,
that.
I don't even think I would care. Like it's just like it's so inconsequential
Dude.
to me. Like I'd be like, all right, like I don't like what.
I
what's
wouldn't
the
even have
point?
picked
It's
up
like
the
burying
bottle.
a time capsule. Like why? What are you doing?
I wouldn't even have picked up the
Dude.
bottle.
You just said something that I was thinking about, like my parents, dude. If I was walking along the beach and I saw a bottle with a message in it, I can give you the exact scenario. If I was a little kid and my parents are with me, I'd reach down to get it, and one of them would smack me and go, "Hey, don't touch that, Kaka! Don't touch that. It's bad." And then, and then you just keep walking.
Okay.
It would have never been discovered.
But if you found it now, like, would you contact the person?
No, it might have COVID on it. I mean, I wouldn't have even opened it.
Not if it was 20 years in the water.
I don't know that.
I just wouldn't. I wouldn't want to
Now
run
you
the
know
risk.
what? If I let's just say I went to Venice Beach this week and I was just walking alongside and I seen a bottle. At this age, I probably would grab it and see what the hell it is. Yeah. So I used to do shit like that when I was younger. I used to do the metal detecting, looking for coins and all that shit when I was a kid. I love doing that shit.
I buried gold 500 years ago. Here's the coordinates. Here's the directions.
There was a dude that did that a while, like back in the 60s or 50s or something. And then it was like, it was a few years back. Somebody had found one of the treasures that he buried or something. There was a big story on that. It was here in the United States, and yeah, I guess he left like a trail. So it's like when you followed the map somewhere in it was a national forest. And then when you got to that spot and let's say you unearthed a rock, there was another map in there. Shit like that would be super exciting. I think I'd be all over that, dude.
They have something called geocaching. Have you heard of this?
The what?
Geocaching?
No.
What is it?
Geocaching.
No.
Never heard of that.
So you
That
can
would
go
kill
online,
my high.
you look up near geocaching near you. I haven't done it yet, but someone from our school told me, so I'm going to check it out. And you go and you find like maybe it's a lamppost that has a a compartment in it, and then you take out whatever's in there. There's something left for you, and then you leave something else for someone else to find.
Is that the one I was telling you about where people kept finding legit dead bodies? Is that the one?
Dude, you weren't telling me that. And
I told you that story. Yes, I did. Because I watched it. It was like on the news or something. There's like some app or something. And if you type, it's supposedly like if you think a certain thought, like think death, think money, think something else. And then if you think it, it'll just randomize coordinates. And if you go to those coordinates, there's a whole thing online about it where people were finding legit, they thought of death and they showed up to a beach or something, and they legit found a dead body at those coordinates.
Why don't the police do that then?
They did. That's exactly what happened. It was on the news because the police. It was like a big story for a while where the police found the dead body, and that's how they found it. Was these kids were using that app.
I think that's why I wouldn't mess with the message in a bottle thing. I'm too superstitious for that. I'd be worried when I took the message out, it would be the message would be from me 20 years in the future or something like that.
Well, I don't know if you guys
watched
the movie Tenet. That was kind of like the plot of Tenet. The future was sending messages back to the past.
Yeah, no thank you.
That would be scary.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to go on some weird scavenger hunt that future me puts me on. No thank you. I'll just leave that message in the bottle. Let somebody else find that.
See, at this point in my life, like I said, if I came across a bottle, I would probably open it up and see what it says or whatever. But see, I get so high, I would open one bottle, but if it directed me to another area, I'm done with it. I smoke too much weed. That would have just killed my buzz. I'm not doing but one step, not
That's
2,
work.
3, 4. Yeah, that's too much.
We went to the beach in September, and my kids and I, they're 7, both of them, and we found a quarter in the water. And I'm like, oh my God, they're like, treasure! We found actual treasure. I was like, yeah, we did. I mean, not a lot of treasure, but quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, see,
Oh, that'd
I'm
be
looking.
cool. Like you open the bottle, like the future's communicate with you. Like the future tells you, hey, buy stock today in this company because they're going to be the Amazon in 30 years or 25 years. So buy stock, stuff like that, man. That'd be cool.
Well,
Yeah, the future has to send that.
Yeah, the future. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to find that 21 years later by
you got-
GameStop.
I was gonna say what you gotta do is you gotta send a randomized message to yourself in the future from now, so that you have that effect. So this way, you send it to somebody who sends it to somebody else, and this travels for years until it guarantees comes back to you somewhere eventually. That's almost like at
My
the
head
end of Back.
hurts.
That's like at the end of Back to the Future when Doc disappears after the lightning strike, and then Marty's standing in the road, and the other car pulls up, and it's a message from Doc, like 100 years before. So yeah,
My head hurts now, like math.
no, I found that thing, by the way. It was on TikTok, and yeah, it was all over the news for a while. And yeah, there's just all these stories about different teens finding dead bodies after using the app and stuff. And it's literally you think about what you want to find, and it's a random geographic explorer app. And yeah.
So if we get the app and we go, I'm thinking about death and dead bodies, it'll give us the coordinates to a dead body.
Yes. And
Oh, come
and it's
on.
really
I'm thinking
no,
about
look it up. Look it
a
up.
lot
I'm
of
tell-
money.
Okay, it's called Randonautica. Randonautica.
I am going to download this and think
Look
about
it up. No,
Don't download it.
Don't
You're gonna
allow-
wind up on a watch list.
Yeah, I would say
Unmarked bills.
look up the
thinking-
articles.
Don't do it.
No, but look up the articles because there's all these crazy stories about it where they were finding like people were thinking of legit money and they would find like a wallet with money inside, and it was really bizarre. But
like their own.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it was a crazy story. It happened like last year though. Actually, around this time last year, it was pretty popular, dude. And yeah, it was.
I'm going to Snopes that.
Yeah, go look it up. You'll be there all night. It's creepy.
Yes, I will.
Because
You
Yvonne
know me.
and I were looking through them, and we're like, "What the hell, dude?"
And you didn't tell me this. I would
I
remember
told you. Oh my
No.
god. No, you know why? Because you were probably talking about yourself, and then when I mentioned something, you went, "Oh, that's nice." Anyways, about me again.
How
this. Have I
dare
done
you?
that? Did I do that? No.
That's too
I'm
funny.
passing the ball. Everybody, I'm asking questions.
I'm just fucking with you guys. She's not that mean. She listens.
Let's not get crazy.
All right. She doesn't.
Those
listen.
are that's every fight I have in my house. You don't listen to me. I know, right?
I'm sorry. No one's listening. What? No. Go
No,
ahead.
my boyfriend. He said I don't listen to him, and I'm like, right, because you say stupid stuff all the time. It doesn't usually end well.
Mm.
Whatever. Okay, go.
Oh, you ready? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Well, this has been Espresso News with Melissa Greenberg.
This is a slow news.
Alrighty. A California man was ticketed recently when it was discovered that he had been traveling in the carpool lane with a mannequin. The driver admitted that he had gotten away with it for over a year and was fined $490. The driver was also seen later that night at an overlook. Let's take a look.
That's funny.
Actually, since we're on that right now, I also wanted to share this video. I found this in my searches, and I just wanted to share it just because I thought it was fucking hysterical. All right.
That's a metaphor. Oh yeah.
That cracker?
I love that the old lady eats the nuts too. That's my favorite part. She's like,
Imagine being rich enough to just have that in your kitchen.
"Ah, dude. I mean, like, why
That's
not?"
hilarious.
Not New York, man. There's no counter space.
Oh man. Hey, do you think that bodybuilder would cheat on his wife with that?
Dude,
thing?
I suddenly was like, I'm busy. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. I was like,
checking on him.
all right. Every episode, I find a reason to bring up my favorite couple. And there's this Russian bodybuilder who married a sex doll, married her. And I get to mention it as much as I can because it's like my favorite story. And then around Christmas, she broke. And then he was seen in January cheating on her with some inanimate object.
Toaster.
It's like they have Instagrams and I follow them. And it's amazing. But yeah, I would love to see him get pulled over and be like, "That's my wife," you know.
And
He's
you know
no
what?
dummy.
I think he would legitimately beat a ticket with that excuse, though, because there's documentation that they're married. So it's, you know,
He would.
He would.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, yeah,
He would. Not this guy.
No.
And quite frankly, he's stupid. I mean, he got away with it for a year, so he should have like 1 million tickets. He's lucky he only got the one $500 ticket.
I gotta be honest with you. I completely disagree. If I was the cop, I would have given him $500. If you're gonna go through that much trouble to create a mannequin that elaborate, you deserve the HOV lane.
They should have had him holding coffee, you know, or something. Not
Even
just
the mask on it and everything. It was wearing a ball cap. That thing was like, it was like Weekend at Bernie's in the front seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
Totally
people have
agree.
mannequins before. That was a great one, though.
That cop was a hater.
Mhm.
Come on, man. That was so brilliant, man. The cop should have seen the brilliance in that. That cop was an a-hole, man.
I would have let him off, 100%.
The
And
cop
he was wearing a mask. Like, you got it. The cop got to be like, "Hey, man, I got to give you something for just being creative, man."
The cop was on something because those windows were tinted, by the way. If anybody read the article, I don't know how the cop spotted this shit, but that was a legit mannequin. It looked good. It looked real. And the windows were tinted. But like what John just said, he should have did the Home Alone thing. Just like pulled strings and shit, just rocking it around the Christmas tree. Yeah, that would have been.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I mean, you know what?
That's where the driver screwed up, though. Like, because he got pulled over because the windows were tinted. You can't be doing. It's like you create this elaborate mannequin, right? And you got it up in the front seat with you for a year, and then like you got a busted taillight. Like you got to go get your taillight fixed because you know you're driving around with this contraband in the front seat.
You're asking for it. Yeah.
And that's
Now,
probably part of the reason why he gave him a ticket, because the guy, see, let me tell you something. I would have never admitted I had been doing it for a year. I'd have said, yeah, man, I tried.
Right?
I made this shit this morning. I'm ashamed of myself. Hey, let me off of this shit. But once you say you've been doing it for a year, he got to give you a ticket.
I'm ashamed of myself.
I'm so wrong.
I love it.
Now, I do
Yeah.
something similar. I have a baby seat in my back seat.
You have a
And
baby?
I'm always in the carpool lane because I have a truck, SUV. So I figure if they see, they're gonna see the baby seat, even though there's no baby in it. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking they not gonna know. So I do that all the time. I'm always in the carpool.
I
would
just
strap
gonna
a baby
bring
in
up-
there like a doll.
I was just
You
going to
know?
bring up that
Yeah,
exact
that
thing.
ain't, yeah, one day, yeah, they can, yeah, that, I don't know about that, just doing it with the baby seat.
No, I that exact thing. I have a friend. I was going to tell that same story. My friend got so pissed off because he got a ticket, and I said why, and he was in the carpool lane by himself, but he said the car seat was in the front seat, and like the cop saw the car seat, and I said, and it had like a little blanket over it. And I said,
Can't
but
be
there
Why
was
would,
no.
why would he have
seat?
it in the front seat? Go ahead.
Well, this was back in the
Sorry.
90s, by the way. This was in the 90s.
Oh.
And he was all pissed off, and he's just all, oh man, the car seat, like the cop just like, he didn't know that there wasn't one. So he was just pulling me over. And I'm like, but he was right. Like you were fucking breaking the law, dude. Like, I don't know what you think. Like, why are you trying to
Somebody went into the back of you, the baby just fly out the window. What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Because nobody put car seats in the front seat. He's just stupid.
No, in the 90s they did. Yes, they did. They were always in the. You had
In the
it
90s,
passenger
motherfuckers were
seat.
smoking crack, so yeah, the baby might have been in the trunk.
Yeah, on the roof.
Yeah.
Put the baby on a
baby.
roof rack.
Yeah. 90s was a
You know,
different time.
get one of those little things in the back, baby on board. And that, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah. They got the new ones.
I'm mad there's not more to the story. Like, I want to know how long it took to make that mannequin. If he made it from scratch, like, did he buy a mannequin at like a salvage place and then like do it up? Because like it's got like texture. It has like skin texture and like it's good. Like it's like who did? Was it Greg Nicotero that got pulled over? Like, what special effects artist?
It had crow's feet and everything. Yeah, I saw it. There was a nice little gloss to its eyes too. I was like, damn,
been smoking a cigarette.
Why the Indians hat? I wanted John just like that. I want to know why you decide on the Indians cap. It was
that's why you got pulled over.
Might have been in Cleveland.
No, they were in California. That's the problem.
Oh,
I'm surprised that hasn't happened more.
That's why he got the ticket then. If he had a Dodgers hat on, he'd have been all right.
Yeah.
What you doing in California with a Cleveland Indians hat on?
He's a tourist.
Unless you from Cleveland, but damn.
He's a tourist. taking him to SeaWorld.
I can picture him getting pulled over and the cop asked that same question, like, why a Cleveland Indians hat? And he's like, well, I mean, listen, I like the Dodgers, but this guy.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Have you guys ever have you ever been pulled over for something stupid? Like real? I mean, it was totally your fault. Stupid.
Oh look, I got one for you. Hell yeah, it was my fault. Look, one time back in the days when I used to sell crack, right? I had just went to my boy house and I had 18 ounces of cocaine I picked up. Already rocked up, made in the crack. So I put it in the car and at this time I had a 240Z, a classic. Now I wish I had that car now. So anyway, I'm rolling and I get about 3 blocks from my boy's house and I look in the mirror and I see the police behind me. And I'm like, damn. And so I'm thinking that they followed me from the house. You know, they know what's going on. Like, you know, maybe they was watching his house. You know, that's my first thought. So now I know the police behind me. So I said, okay, what do I do? Okay, either A, pull over, normal. B, try to outrace him because I got a 240Z. Mm-hmm. C, try to outrace him and jump out the car and try to run.
Right.
So something told me to just be cool and don't do, you know, just pull over and be cool. Something told me. I got all this cocaine. So the police comes up to the window and I'm barely fucking able to even talk. I'm like, well, you know, what you pull me over for? Damn near, you know, but I handled it cool enough. I was like, what you pull me over for? And he said, California state regulations does not allow you to have anything hanging from your rear view mirror. I had a tree air freshener hanging from my mirror. That's why he pulled me over. And he says, I'm going to give you a warning this time and have a great day. And my fucking heart had dropped down to the floor, like to my feet. Because I was like, damn, I was like, this man had no idea. I got 18 ounces of rock cocaine in my fucking car. Guns, money. Yeah, but that was my fault. I shouldn't have had the tree.
Dead hooker in the trunk.
Yeah.
So I got off that day.
Really quick, Tobe, I think the last time we talked, because Melissa had a shocked look on her face, I probably should have mentioned, this is a true story, like that he used to sell drugs, and you were working on a book, if I'm not mistaken. The last time we spoke.
Yes, that's what I'm still working on.
Still working on it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember the title. Didn't you have a title ready for it?
Yes. If I sold you drugs, I paid for it.
Yeah.
That's the name of the title.
And work on that damn book, man. Because
we'll buy it.
It's a great idea. You reminded me. There was back in the 90s. I had a friend. I used to have a little CRX 2-seater, and I used to have this friend named Mouse. We called him Mouse. He was just super tiny, right? And so him and I are cruising around, and I back then there was the pager days, and I got a page from one of my friends, and so I go call her, and she says, "Hey, can you do me a favor? I have a friend who needs a ride. She's house sitting a house across town, and she needs a ride. Just drop her off at my house." And I said, "Shit, I only have a 2-seater though." And then she goes, "No, just she really needs a ride. She needs to get the hell over here, you know, blah blah." So I said, "All right, cool." So I tell my friend Mouse, he's so tiny. I go, hey, bro, would you mind? And we're kids. We're like freaking 20 years old, 19 years old. And I said, hey, bro, would you mind chilling out in the back? And now in a CRX, it's just a
the Honda.
two-seater.
I remember that joint.
So it's got like
it's
got like a little platform on the back that's usually just so you could put like folding chairs or some shit, right? There's no room back there. So he's like, nah, dog, I got you, man. Don't worry about it, bro. And so we go to pick up this girl. I get to the address of this house, and she comes out, dude. She has a baby in her hands, and I'm like, oh,
damn,
dude. So I'm like, no, now there's about to be 4 people in a 2-seater car. So I'm thinking, all right, you know what, dude, just go straight over to my friend's house, drop her off, just drive straight and narrow, don't mess around, don't speed, don't do nothing. So I tell my boy, I was like, hey, dude, just lay down. Like, don't even try to sit upright. Just lay down until we get there. Because it was maybe about like 2 miles, 3 miles away. And so he lays down in the back. And she's in the front seat holding the baby. And I told her, I go, do me a favor, though. Just hold that baby really low. Because, fuck, I don't want to get pulled over, dude. My heart was already racing. And it was stupid. And in hindsight, I would never do that now. But we drive, and I can see my friend's house. I'm looking at her house, and we pull up to a 4-way stop that's right in front of her house. And I accidentally roll through the 4-way stop. And just as I'm rolling through it, this cop was pulling up staring at me, and he pulls me over. So I'm like, shit. We pull over, and I'm sitting there. And at this point, I'm like shaking because I was like, dude, they're going to impound my car. Like, this is just, I'm breaking all kinds of rules. And sure enough, they walk up, and it's nighttime. So I'm thinking I'm going to get away with this on the way over there. So when they walk up, this cop comes onto my driver's side, and then I just hear the words, "What the fuck?" really loud. And I look over, and his partner is standing on the other side, shining the light on the baby, and then in the back seat. And then he's all, "Get out of the fucking car, dude." And I get out, and I'm like, shit. And I start explaining to them. I go, "Sir, I'm so sorry. My friend needs a ride. I needed to take her, and the house is right there, right?" And he goes, the calm one goes, "Well," he goes, "man, you're in so much fucking trouble. Like, I would have let you go for the rolling through the stop sign, but the fact that you have people like on like your back dashboard and and you got a baby that's not in the car seat." Yeah. And so he's sitting there just going down the list of all the shit he's going to write me up for. And then he goes,
I believe you're not still in prison.
Dude, and plus, he said, none of them can go back with you. Like, you're going to have to drive off alone. They're going to have to get a ride somewhere else, right? And as he's saying this, dude, I'm not even making this up, dude. As he's saying this, and he just busts out the little notepad, his pen is about to hit paper when all of a sudden you hear, boom, boom, boom. You look up, there was a shootout right in front of us. There was like a bunch of thugs just going at it. And he turns around and listens, "Get the fuck out of here." And then I just jump in my car. We speed off, dude. I'm like, dude. And like, I dropped that chick off at another place. I'm like, no, you're on your own, girl. Like, good luck finding a ride, dude. I don't even want to deal with that, dude. I dropped her off at like a Denny's or something. I don't even remember what it was. But got lucky because of a shootout.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. That's the crazy one. Yeah.
Right.
I said, the mannequin guy would have got away if he wouldn't have told him I've been doing it for a year. You don't tell the police. I mean, you think if the police would have found the crack in my car, I'd have said, I've been selling crack for 5 years. I'd act like I didn't know how that shit got there. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, what?
Yeah. What? I parked at my friend's house. I went to the bathroom. He must have put all that in my trunk. What are you talking about?
I don't know nothing about no 18 ounces of crack. Shit.
I'm going to pick my grandma up.
I was like, wait a minute. How'd you know it was 18 ounces?
That's funny. That's funny.
You must have planned it there. Yeah.
I remember one time. I didn't mean to get you. I remember one time. Real quick. I remember one time. Back in the days when I went to a Taco Bell in San Diego. Southeast San Diego on Euclid Street. And this is when that area was hot, a lot of cocaine being sold and this and that. So this is when we had the first cell phone. We had to carry the phone with the, on your shoulder.
Oh,
I had one of those joints.
Yeah. Zach Morris phone, yeah.
So I go into Taco Bell, and like the way Taco Bell's parking lot was set up, I had no idea. So I walk in there, I'm talking on my phone, and there's 2 police sitting in there eating. And the police said to me, They said, we see you every day riding around here in a different car, just enjoying yourself. One day we gonna get you. We know what you're doing. And I was like, damn, I ordered all this food. I couldn't even fucking eat after they said that shit. Yeah.
You should have been in a Alberto's. That's why.
Yeah, I love.
You got no business at a
Alberto.
Taco Bell in San Diego. You got to be at
That's
Alberto's.
true. I love
Gilberto's,
Alberto.
Roberto's,
One of the Bertos.
Humberto's.
So, I want to thank all my guests for appearing today. We have Tobe Hixx, Jamal Doman, John Saponaro, and Melissa Greenberg. I'm the tongue-twisted Ace Guillen, and this has been Cover Stories.